Good morning, boys. Now let us continue with the practical. Now, especially if you look at the theory portion, one chapter is left. That is chapter number 17 is left, and that chapter number 17, I'll provide you the notes for that. And one more chapter is about the drainage. That is chapter number 3. Now, from that particular chapter, the drainage, just remember the source of the river. Clear? And just remember its tributary. Means one tributary in the left bank and the another tributary in the right bank. And make sure to learn at least two differences from the from the Himalayan rivers and the peninsular rivers. So that if you go through that, that will be more than enough for your syllabus, for your ISC as well as for your school examination. Now, in terms of the practical, now you all remember that you in the previous class, in the class 11, you had the practical file. So same type of practical file you need to purchase. Clear? You need to purchase it and you have to cover it. You have to cover it, the practical file, and make sure that you write geography practical on that outer cover. Geography practical, you write on the outer cover, and in the first page, it means in the first page, as soon as you turn that outer cover, in the first page, you write down representation of relief. Otherwise, you can write geography practical on representation of relief. Clear? Now listen to me. Now, boys, kindly take this matter very seriously, because your presentation of a practical file to the external teacher will help you to score better marks. As this practical file, it carries 10 marks. As it carries 10 marks, as well as there will be a viva based on what you have done so far in the practical. Clear? So whatever you will be writing it in the practical file, make sure to learn at least a single each point so that you can answer easily and you can score better marks in the viva. Now, because of this COVID-19, your practical syllabus has been reduced. So there is only one topic, and that topic is representation of relief. Now if you look at here, especially, now representation of relief means, now especially when you were class 9 and class 10, you have done that topographical map or the topographical sheet or the topo map. Clear? On that topographical map, you have seen the contour lines. Clear? Now those contour line, it indicates the height of that place above the mean sea level. Now those contour lines you have to intersect. You have to intersect to represent the types of relief feature, what it signifies. So based on that, now if you look at here, representation of relief, you will be writing it in the first page as soon as you turn the hardcover. Then after you write geography practical on representation of relief, then you have to write, so just listen boys, I am just giving you the page number. If you look at this practical, that is chapter number 2, the practical portion, you just go through a textbook, practical chapter number 2. From chapter number 2, just refer to page number 518. Page number 518. Now in that page number 518, if you look at that point number 6, contours. Clear? You write down that contour as a subheading. Clear? And you write down what it is given there on that particular paragraph. Now, if there are few lines which is not required at all, then no need to write. But make sure you write down what is required to explain what is a contour line. Then you go to the next, that is the vertical interval and the horizontal equivalent. Clear? You write down that. Then if you look at page number 519, precaution for drawing contours. Again, this you have to copy it down in that practical file. Then turn to page number 520. In that page number 520, there's a paragraph. Drawing of profile or a cross section from contours. This you have to copy it down. Then you write methods of drawing a profile. Clear? Now from this method of drawing a profile, there are two types of methods. The first method is by drawing perpendicular, and the second method is by paper strip. That means by taking a help of a small strip of paper. So this also you need to copy it down. Clear? Only the writing portion you have to copy it down. No need to copy the sketches, because this you will be doing it yourself on the practical file itself. So because of that, there is no need to copy the diagrams. And whenever you are writing, just read that paragraph and just write only the important ones which is required to explain that particular heading. That much will be more than enough. Then turn to the next page, that is page number 522. Turn to the next page, 522. Now in that page, it is a particular paragraph is given. Representation of slope by contours. Clear? The steep slope, gentle slope, uniform slope, all this you need to copy. Clear? As well as you need to copy the diagram given in page number 523. That means figure 2.9, 2.10, 2.11 and 2.12. Now this also you need to copy it down in the blank side of that page. Now listen. Supposingly this page you are writing it. Here on this page, on this ruled side, you are writing the explanation, and as soon as you turn this page, you will get a blank side. On that blank side, you need to draw those diagrams. Remember, this is very, very important, because first the external will go through what you have written. Then on the basis of that writing portion, the external teacher will turn the page and see what you have drawn. Clear? And make sure when you are drawing it, follow the same rules which we discussed in class 11. Always make a border on the page first. Clear? At least leave 1 centimeter on all its four sides. Then finally make a margin. Then make sure to use pencil. Please do not use any types of other pen except pencil. If you have a rotating pen, then that rotating pen you can use it for drawing of contour lines. But if you don't have it, there is no problem. If you have it, because there may be few neighbors, or you may have a brother, sister who are pursuing honors in geography. So those who are pursuing honors in geography, rotating pen is very, very important for those students. And if you have it, you can use that rotating pen for the drawing of the contour lines, only for the drawing of contour lines. If you do not have, then kindly do not use other pen. Use pencil only, and make sure you maintain your practical file very neat and clean, so that it can be representable towards the external teacher. So now let us continue. So the writing portion I told you, so make sure you go through that once and you start doing the writing work and start copying that particular work, and keep your practical file ready. Now, if you look at this representation of relief, it has two methods. The first Methods of drawing a profile. First one is by drawing perpendicular. By drawing perpendicular. Number B is by paper strip. By paper strip. Clear? Now these are the two methods which we will be discussing. First, clear? Now, if you just turn to page number 524, the first one is the conical hill. Now if you look at that conical hill, that is figure 2.14. Now if you look at this first, that is the conical hill. Write down what is conical hill given on that book, that is page number 524. Clear? Then turn the page. As soon as you turn the page, you will get a blank side. Means you will get a blank space. On that blank space, make a margin. Clear? Make a margin. Then find out what is the length of the page inside the margin. Clear? Then you divide this. Clear? After you divide this page, then if you look at this figure 2.14, there is a contours like this. You can see that there are contours like this, as well as it has a value 1200. This I'll do in the fresh page. Wait. Then 1100, then comes 1000, then comes 900, then comes 800, then I am adding one more contour lines, then comes 700. Here, so this you are doing it in the this contours you are making it on the one side of that blank page. Now after you draw it, whenever you are drawing this contour lines, make sure to keep this distance equal, more or less equal. It means that first you made this first circle, then take a scale, then measure it. Take 1 centimeter, put a dot mark. From here, take 1 centimeter, put a dot mark. Take 1 centimeter, put a dot mark. Then take 1 centimeter, put a dot mark. Then join these dots. So that the gap or distance between the two contour lines becomes almost equal. It becomes almost equal. Then finally you can join it. And whenever you are making this contour lines, make sure it is free hand. make sure it is freehand. Clear? Now, this conical hill, the first method will be doing it by the help of a paper strip. Now, a paper strip. Now, first, before you cut the paper strip, just make a straight horizontal line at the center. Clear? So that this particular horizontal line, it intersects all the contour lines. Then write it down A, then the next write it down B. Now what you do is that after you have done this horizontal line on the top of the contour lines, then take a strip of paper. Let's say take the width of the paper 1 centimeter. Clear? And the length of the paper depends upon this line. It means the line from the horizontal line from A to B. Clear? So that strip of paper, which you just cut a strip of paper, then keep it just below this line. Keep it just below the line so that these lines are visible to you. Then first mark it here as A, then mark it out here as B. Clear? Now you can see that these contour lines are intersecting the paper. It is intersecting the paper. So those lines which is intersecting the paper, mark it out here like this. Just put a small line. Just put a small vertical line out here, out here, out here, out here, out here, out here, 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 here. Clear? After you put a vertical line, and just below that vertical line, mention its value. Now the first line, it is 700. So write it down just below the line 700. Then the second line, it has a value that is of 800. The third contour line, it has a value of 900. And the fourth contour line, it has a value of 1100. It's 1100, and the last one is 1200. Clear? So based on that, just mark it on the strip of paper. After you mark it on the strip of paper, then what you do is that you just measure from this line, from A, the tip of this A, till the tip of the B. Here, just measure it. It may be around 10 centimeter, it may be around 12 centimeter, depending upon the size of the contour lines which you have made. Clear? So based on that, now you can see that there is a value 700, 800, 900, 1000, 1100 and 1200. Clear? So based on this value, now you have to prepare a scale. Now, how will you prepare a scale so that these contour lines can be represented in a relief feature? Clear? First, you need to take a scale. Now you have to take a scale of minimum 1 centimeter equals to 100 meters. Because if you look at these values are given in the form of meters. So because of that, you have to take a scale 1 centimeter equals to 100 meter. Means it will be your vertical scale. A vertical scale will be 1 centimeter equals to 100 meter. Now this is the one side of the blank page and this is still empty. Okay, this is still empty, and just below this contour lines, measure this. Let's say it's 12 centimeter. Let's say it is 12 centimeter. Draw a straight line. Clear? Then write out here A. Then write out here B. Then you make a vertical scale. Now if you look at here, now this vertical line you have to make it on the basis of the scale. That means you have to draw this vertical line on the basis of the vertical scale. So the maximum is 1200. Maximum is 1200. So it means that 1 centimeter, if 1 centimeter represents 100 meter, 10 centimeter represents 1000 meter, 12 centimeter represents 1200 meter, and 13 centimeter represents 1300 meter. So based on that, now you have to draw a vertical line of 13 centimeters. Now when you are drawing a vertical scale of 13 centimeters, you have to keep your scale beside this vertical line and divide this into equal 13 division. Divide this into 13 equal division. Make sure that when you are dividing it, it has to be accurate. It has to be accurate. This lines, it has to be accurate. And again in this B, again draw a straight vertical line. Clear? Now again in this B, again in this vertical line, again you divide this into 13 divisions. Again divide this into 13 equal division. So on the left hand, on the left side, or that is the A, you write this first one as 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, like this you write till 1300. You write till 1300. Now after you've written 1300, now that strip of paper, which you have marked it, clear? Keep this paper just below this line AB. Keep this paper just below the line AB. Now the first line, the first value is 700. Clear? So mark it out here 700. So mark it out here 700. Next is 800. Next line is 800. Next is 900. Next is 1000. Next is 1100, and next is 1200. Now this is the 1200. Now this line is the 1200. Now the next line, this one, again 1200. Mark it out here. Clear? Then 1100, 1000, 900, 800, then 700 will be 700 will be here. So after you have put a dot mark, then these lines you need to join freehand. You need to join freehand. Here, make sure do not lose that paper strip. Make sure do not lose that paper strip, because that paper strip has to be pasted out here at the line where you have marked this. point. Clear? So make sure you paste this strip of paper, and on the basis of that strip of paper, the external teacher will do the evaluation. How is it correct? Is it correct or is it wrong? So when you are marking it, make sure you mark it perfectly. You mark it perfectly. Sharpen your pencils. Keep it very, very pointed, because if the pencil is pointed, then the line becomes very, very clear, and it looks neat and presentable towards the external teacher. Then you paste this strip of paper out here, and after you paste this paper, then this vertical scale, you have to write it down here. Vertical scale equals to 1 centimeter equals to 100 meter. Clear? Then out here write in meters. Write out here in meters. Again out here you write down as 100, 200, 300, 400 till you reach 1300. Clear? And this, on top of this, or on top of this conical hill, you can write representation of conical hill by paper strip method. Clear? So this becomes representation of conical hill by the help of a paper strip. Now this same conical hill, you have to make it out here. Clear? Now when you make it out here, copy the same, make the same conical hill out here. Make the same conical hill out here in the right hand side of that page, because in the left hand side you are representing a conical hill by the help of a paper strip method. Clear? And this heading you need to write with pencil only. Please do not use any pen. Kindly do not use any pen whenever a diagram is there on the page. Now on the right hand side of the page, you make the same conical hill. Write down the value. Write down the value. Clear? Now after you have written down the value, make sure that now if you look at this contour lines are wide. Clear? But when you are making it on the fair copy, that means the fair practical file, make sure that the interval between the two contour lines are almost equal. So based on that, again, now what you have to do, is that you again draw a straight horizontal line. Clear? Now this line, it should cross just beyond the first contour lines. It should cross just beyond the first contour lines. Clear? Then you just draw a straight vertical line. Clear? From A. That means from A. Then from B, again you draw a straight vertical line. Clear? You draw this vertical line of approximately 15 centimeters. Thus, you draw it at least of 15 centimeters. At least make this vertical line of at least 15 centimeters. Then on this, from this line you divide it. Again the same thing, you have to divide this. That means your scale will be the same. 1 centimeter equals to 100 meter. So you keep your scale out here, then start dividing this till 13 centimeter. Clear? So this will be your 0, this will be your 100, and this will be your 1300. Clear? Now listen boys. Now this line is representing 700. This line is representing 700. Clear? So this is your 700. Clear? So from here make a vertical broken lines. Make a vertical broken lines till you reach 700. Clear? Then put a dot mark out here. Put a small dot mark so that you can remember. Then your next value or the next contour line is 800. From here again draw a straight broken lines till you reach 800. Till you reach 800. Clear? Then next again the same thing. This is 900. Clear? Then again out here put a dot mark. Then again put a dot mark. Clear? Then your next is 1000. Make sure that when you are drawing this vertical line, make sure you just draw the line from the line where it intersects. Means this horizontal line which intersects with the contour line on that particular point itself only. Then start making the vertical line till you reach 1000. This is your 1000. And when you are drawing this broken lines, kindly use ruler. Please do not make it this lines freehand. Clear? So like this way you continue. So this way you continue. This value is 1100. This is 700. This is 800, 900, 1000, 1100. 1200. Clear? So this value is of 1100. This value is of 1100. Then next comes 1200. Then next comes 1200. Next comes 1200. In this way you continue. In this way you continue. In this way you continue. Clear? Then finally when you complete making these vertical broken lines, then just join it. Then just join it from this is 700, this is 700, just below 700 you join it. Just below 700 you start joining this. You start joining this lines. Clear? Now, if you look at this, this is also 1200, this is also 1200. At the 1200, there is a slight increase, a slight bulge. The reason is that because it has a height. As it has a height, it will definitely go beyond the line and resulting in the formation of a cone-shaped peak of a conical hill. In this way you continue, and finally after you complete, then those lines below 600, erase it. So those lines below 600, erase it. Clear? Then this will be a A, then this will be a B. Clear? Now, in this B vertical line also you divide this into 13 division. You divide this into 13 division. Then this is your 700. So this becomes your 700. So this 700 you join it again by the help of a broken lines. Again 800 you join it with the help of a broken lines. 900 again join it by the help of a broken lines till you reach 1200. Till you reach 1200 again draw a broken horizontal lines. Clear? Now after you have done this, on top of this you have to write representation of conical hill by perpendicular method. Clear? And below this mention the scale. Write it down. Vertical scale equals to 1 centimeter represents 100 meter. Clear? So this became this is the part of your one page. Clear? It means that you need to show this both the conical hill by two methods on the same sheet of paper. Clear, boys? I hope it's clear. Now, after you have completed this conical hill, now we have to move on with others. Now others, our first, second one is the plateau. Now again the same thing, turn the page in the ruled side, write down plateau. Clear? Turn the page and then on the blind side, again you have to make a, and again you have to make a vertical. Then again you have to make the margin of the page. Divide this into two division. Okay, divide this into two division. Then again we have to continue. So in the next class, I will discuss two more drawing of cross section of profiles. Then the remainings you have to do it yourself. And what are the things you have to do is plateau, ridge, escarpment, V-shaped valley, waterfall and the sea cliff. Clear, boys?